Hey everyone, this is Kim with Abundant Life Tarot. Welcome back. We are revisiting Alexis Gabe's case. She disappeared or was last seen on January 26, 2022. And I did do a couple of videos, readings surrounding her disappearance, and the links to those readings are in the description box. Also, some news updates I've included in the description box as well. I've divided up this latest updates reading into two parts. You're watching the first part where we are just going to look at what drew law enforcement to Pioneer, California, to search for evidence surrounding Alexis Gabe's case. So that's what this reading is about, because there is a search ensuing just from law enforcement in this area, and so I wanted to do a reading on it. But then we are going to be doing a detailed tarot and oracle reading surrounding the person of interest that was captured on the surveillance video that was near the area where her vehicle was dumped. So the police have finally, like in the last week and a half, 2 weeks, have finally released the surveillance video of this person of interest. That link is also in the description box, and that's what the reading will be primarily on next Monday, as well as there's some curious phenomenon that people picked up on in that surveillance video, and we'll be talking about that as well. All right, y'all, let's get started with this reading. Thank you for joining me. We're going to just do this quick reading here pertaining to Alexis Gabe and the searches in Pioneer, California. What is some pertinent information to share about... Oh, okay. Let's see what Spirit is saying. It's kind of far, right? 500 to 1,000 kilometers? Ouch. Just looking for some pertinent evidence or things to look out for, Spirit. You know, in terms of this search. This is not a search, by the way, you all, that is for, the volunteers. This is strictly for law enforcement. So law enforcement is doing this. Okay. Anything else? All right. This is about the Pioneer searches. And Spirit, what may have led them to this location? What led the authorities to this location? Was it because she visited there before? Church, faith, spiritual. Okay. Some kind of divine intervention, I'm picking up. Oh. That's interesting. Known to police. All right, I'm going to spread these out. And I'll zoom in just a moment. This is on Alexis Gabe. Okay, I'm going to stop here for a moment, and if I feel called to pull additional cards, I will. We'll just zoom in for a moment and take a look at these cards. So, October, this could be when things really start to move, when you start to hear more news again, or when big developments happen or something. I know it feels like something's brewing for the summertime, but also into October. This also could be, remember, or you don't know this yet, but I'm going to be publishing a more detailed updates reading video for Alexis Gabe. And in that, there's a potential other person that may be involved. Perhaps their birthday is in October, or something significant is surrounding them with the month of October in mind. So, crime of passion. I sense that the law enforcement folks, there's evidence that there is crime of passion involved. This isn't, to me, feeling like a stranger abduction. I could be totally wrong. Or it could be someone who's just like an acquaintance, a weak energy, a weak knowing to her. But I'm really strongly feeling like this was a crime of passion here, okay? And that there may be evidence that is known to police. Look at this card. This card has 3 different possible meanings. Known to police, in the system, or criminal record. Criminal record could mean that they have a history of being arrested, for example, or they're looking at the person and looking at the records and seeing if there's a criminal involvement. Okay, so that's what it could be. Maybe someone who's associated or have been part of helping the person that is involved, helping them to deal with this all. They could be also in the system or have some known record. And it may not be a record like you would think, like, oh, they have a criminal history. They could have a criminal record, but in the system could be that they work for the government, or they have some sort of documentation that's in the system that's known, okay? So there's evidence here. There's also evidence of some level of DV, or, just some form of abuse happening. Okay, that a struggle could have ensued. Hours. What were the hours like for her, for Alexis, leading up to her disappearance? What was in her records? What was in her cell phone records? Where was things pinging from? Where were the people who are close to her? What was coming up on their cell phone pings? What was coming up is what I'm picking up on here. And so within the hours surrounding her disappearance, and seeing who may have been the one where it just kind of the puzzle pieces start to come together. Country and wilderness, green, lush. I remember when I did her reading, and I was really trying to figure out where this may have taken place. And I kept saying, gosh, it's dense. It's a lot of trees. It's a lot of trees. And I'm looking around, somewhere not too far from where she's at. This person may be local to her, but they could have driven this open highway, this open road, several miles away to the country, the rural area with this mountains card, a hilly mountainous area. Okay. And I also was asking Spirit, what is leading the police? What is leading the police to this area? How did they come up with this area? And at first I was like, divine intervention from both sides, from the prayers of the great people who are praying for Alexis and praying for her family and her family's prayers. That could be one thing. Also, what it could be is it could be maybe a church affiliation, someone saying some sort of scripture or mentioning that they, at times attended a particular church in a particular area, and they would have maybe been in that area during a critical time near the area of Pioneer, or in between, like where she was last known to be, where her vehicle was, to this rural area, several miles away. This says 500 to 1,000 kilometers. This is several miles. And I don't know, maybe it's not the person of interest. Maybe it's someone else that's closely related to them. But there's some sort of reason they were drawn there. There's also divine intervention from the Supreme, the Most High, in terms of the release of this video. A lot of people were complaining about the surveillance video being released when it was. It's been quite a few months now since her disappearance, and there's a method to the madness. I used to always say it's known to police why they felt they needed to do this. It's a strategy. It's strategic, and it's necessary. At first, I was like, "What are they doing? Like, why would you wait this long?" But it's squeezing the person with the suffocation card. Okay, it's trying to squeeze them into being like, "Oh, okay, I can't breathe. I cannot breathe anymore. I need to come up for air. I need to take this off and convey what happened." Okay. And what happened is I moved her. So, you could look at this card and be like, "Oh, maybe this is something you did to her." I don't know. I'm not going to speak on that at this time. But there is just something here with this known to police. And this is just telling me that the police are knowing something's up, and they need to continue to explore this area and explore the hours and even the years of the people involved, the people that are close to her. And I'm not talking family, okay? So before you all come to my comments about family members, that's not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about interpersonal relationships and the relationship dynamics of who is involved, the relationship dynamics with Alexis, the person of interest. What did the years look like for them leading up to this? This could also be like this van and years card could symbolize an old van, maybe years on this van that moved her. So that could be another clue of evidence there. Maybe I don't know, something about a vehicle. And maybe an old vehicle. I don't know. I can't really, I'm not going to guess. And it's kind of murky, and I'm just going to sit here for a minute and see if anything else comes through. Nothing else is coming through, and I'm not called to pull anything. So, yeah, I was looking for any more like specific clues, like, what are they looking for? What did they find? What did they find that may have, but literally I'm thinking it's what we're seeing here. July. What did they find? Southeast. I don't know if we're going to get the answers. I'll show you guys. These are the cards that jumped. I don't know why this card keeps coming up. That is so interesting to me. Like, it came up in another deck in the tarot reading that I did. I keep getting information about the vehicle. I don't know if it's speaking to her vehicle or someone else's vehicle that's close to the person of interest. Known to the victim. Known to the victim. That there's something important happening in July or coming out in July that may be known or unknown to us. Social gathering. There's something about that area. Maybe the person of interest has a tie or connection, friends, family, lived there before, visited there before, in a social capacity, a gathering place for them. There's evidence that maybe they have been there recently. We got taxi or public transport. Maybe there's some information about Uber or something. I don't know. I know she had a car, but I don't know about the other person, the person of interest. I feel like somebody arranged something and helped this person. Again, that taxi, public transport, someone picking him up, helping him. There's evidence. And then this card came up in the update reading I just did like an hour ago. And it was in another deck. I don't know if this is either someone in the past constantly saying that they were going to do this, take their life, that they would take someone else's life or hurt them or make them disappear and make it seem like this. It could be that someone may in the future try to do this because they are just not able to deal with the guilt. And it's someone known to the victim. So I'm going to zoom out so you can see all the cards that had jumped. I think that the police know more than what they have released to the community and the public at large, and maybe even to the family to some extent. There's something that's known to the police, known to the law enforcement, that many of us are not privy to, about the hours leading up to and the hours following her disappearance. Okay? All right, you all. That's it for now. I am wrapping up this reading. I'm going to put this one out as a Mystery Mystic Musings, and there will be a more detailed update coming out for Mystery Mystic Mondays, so stay tuned for that. I did a full spread for her and included the Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle reading, which you'll see in that part. So definitely you don't want to miss it, because quite a few of you have asked me to revisit this case, and I saw the developments that have been coming through, and I was like, yeah, I think this is a good time to revisit her case. So thank you all for suggesting it and for reaching out to me. I appreciate you. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe, because we'll be covering more disappearance cases on our Mystery and Mystic series, okay? And also, please do me a favor, on your way out of watching the video, please hit the like button. All right, you all, take very good care of yourselves, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye for now.